Hey guys, so I really need to talk about The Winner's Kiss today because I just finished it and I just had to do individual videos for all three of these books because there's so much in each of these books and I just can't do it all in one. So it's definitely going to be a discussion video. There's spoilers. If you haven't read the series or you haven't read this book, please don't watch because I'm just going to be going all in. So we start off with Kestrel. She's in the tundra. She's getting drugged out of her mind. Aaron is over in Haran and he still thinks Kestrel is the worst human being. But luckily the Harani man that Kestrel said, hey, send this message to Aaron, she gave him the moth. He actually goes to Aaron and he's able to tell him about the woman, and it takes Aaron a little bit of time, but then he does put together that it's Kestrel and he races off to the tundra because he knows for sure now that she was lying before, and he hates himself that he believed her lies so easily. But he goes off to save her. He rescues her and Kestrel's mind is completely gone. She does not remember Aaron. She's traveling with him, but she really is so skeptical and so uncertain about what's happening. And it breaks my heart because, okay, we got what we wanted. We wanted Aaron and Kestrel together, and they're together, but she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't trust him. She doesn't feel comfortable with him. They go back. Kestrel starts healing. Slowly, memories start coming to her here and there. And although her mind doesn't remember much, her body remembers Aaron really well. And that's really disconcerting to her because Aaron told her when he picked her up from the tundra that they were just friends, and Kestrel quickly learns that that is not true. There is something much deeper between them, and she knows how Aaron feels for her. So it's just a really uncomfortable place she's in because she doesn't know how she feels about him because she doesn't really know who she is. So it's the night before Aaron is gonna leave off to war, and Kestrel meets him in his room. She's just filled with desire and this idea that if she kisses Aaron, that she'll be able to remember things a lot more easily than she would normally. So they start kissing and they stop because Aaron can tell that she's using him to just get answers about what was lost with her memory. So of course he's hurt. Kestrel is slightly hurt, but she also sees that she was using him, so she kind of feels bad, but she does get a wealth of memories when they start kissing, and Aaron just won't let it progress further, which Aaron has to be the most honorable man in this entire story. I mean, to be with the one he loves is literally coming at him, and he says, no, we can't go any further because I only want you when your whole heart is to me. And that was just so... he's just such a good guy. He is such a good guy. So Kestrel takes off. She goes to her home, her old home, and she finds that it's all cleaned out. It had previously been ransacked, but it's clean, and she recognizes the smell of the house is the same smell that she smelled on Aaron right when she got to Haran, and she puts together that Aaron had cleaned this house for her in the mere chance that she wanted to visit it. So, Aaron is just mind-blowingly wonderful. I mean, everything he does is so thoughtful, and it's all done because of his care for her. And honestly, I don't know how he does it because every interaction with Kestrel, she pushes him away at the end of it. Every single time it ends with her shutting herself off, not answering anymore, just leaving abruptly. Like, it never ends well. And he is so patient. He loves her so much. It's so incredible. And she's such a brat. Honestly, I just like, Kestrel, can you just give him a chance? Aaron goes off to battle. Kestrel forgot to meet him, to say goodbye to him and ask him to stay. So he goes off to battle, but Kestrel joins them a few days later, thank goodness, and she demands that she stays with the regiment. Of course, Aaron doesn't want this because he thinks, Kestrel, I don't want you to be safe. I love you so much. You can't be here. It's not a good place for you. But Kestrel's determined spirit that we have seen all throughout the series is still present, and she says, no, Aaron, I am staying. You can't do anything about it. So Aaron is stuck with Kestrel there, but it's really good for their relationship because Kestrel now has most of her memories back after visiting the house. She really had a rush of memories. So she knows about Aaron now. She knows their past. She knows the role her father played in sending her to the tundra. So she has a lot of her memories, but she's still trying to figure out how she presently feels because it's almost like she learned these memories and someone told her a story, but she doesn't feel them completely yet. She definitely is falling in love with Aaron, but she's really afraid to. A lot of it is brought back to her father, how she loved her father and her father betrayed her, so she's just terrified to love because of that, and that is brought up over and over and over again, which I get it. Like, your father sucks so much, girl. He is the worst. But Aaron is clearly not your father. You can love him. You can trust him. I love Kestrel's role in this army. She's not necessarily a force of strength, but she uses her mind, and Kestrel's tricks, seriously, I honestly don't think they would have made it as far as they do. The victories that they have won are mostly because of Kestrel's ideas, and I love that. I love that her mind is so sharp and she can see things so clearly and so strategically. She takes after her father in that sense, which she kind of hates but loves still at the same time. And honestly, I just think she's a great heroine for that sense. I mean, I clearly don't like her in the way that she treats Aaron, but I love how strong she is and how, like, well thought through her plans are and how selflessly she acts into them. She doesn't ask other people to do these things, she puts herself in them, and I love that she does that. Kestrel realizes she loves Aaron before a big battle, and she doesn't tell him because she's so afraid, and it's so stupid. She should have just been like, Aaron, I love you, but no, she doesn't. So they go off to battle. Aaron gets really injured, and at this point Kestrel tells him after the battle, she says, yes, I love you. So they get it on a couple times. I don't know, they're together now. They're a thing, and it's great and wonderful. And I am just so happy that it's finally happening. We come to the final battle, and I'm not going to talk about Aaron's role in the final battle. I want to talk about Kestrel's role. Okay, sorry, my camera just died, so let me just continue where I was leaving off. So Kestrel goes to the Emperor, and she has this trick up her sleeve. She is going to play a final game of Bite and Sting, and if you saw my other video, you saw how much I love the use of Bite and Sting, and I love that Bite and Sting, this game, is used in the final scene, battle scene with the Emperor. It was so Kestrel's style that I loved it. I loved how it was done, and I love how it wasn't about winning or losing. It was all a trick. It really didn't matter, and I picked up literally like a paragraph before it was revealed that the shiny coating on those 4 tiles was poison. I seriously just picked up on that a paragraph before it was revealed, and I was just like, yes, that is it. You saw my other video, then you also saw how much I mentioned how saddened I was about Kestrel's daydream about Aaron being with her on the grass under the sky, that whole thing. And I love how the author put that in one of the final scenes of this book, but it became a reality, and it actually was from Aaron's perspective this time, and then he started dreaming it, and then Kestrel actually was there in the grass next to him, and it was so beautiful that it actually became a reality, because I really was saddened by those scenes, and I love that she was able to make them into something so beautiful. And the way that she ended the book, the final scene, it is so perfect. Like, it had to happen that way. It's Aaron and Kestrel's at her piano, and Aaron is going to sing for her. And it is so, like, everything just came together and got wrapped up in this beautiful package, and it just ended so well. And it isn't really until that moment that you don't believe it could be this good, because all the books have been like complete torture, and then you get to this ending and it's just so happy and so peaceful and so right, and my heart is so happy. Before I end my discussion, I of course have to mention the song that I choose to go along with this book, and that is Latch by Sam Smith. It's the acoustic version done by Disclosure. It is just such an appropriate song, I think, for how Aaron feels now that Kestrel is back in his life, and I feel it's his song to her more so. So those are my final thoughts for the Winner's Kiss and the Winner's Curse trilogy, which is absolutely incredible. I would recommend it to pretty much anybody. 5 out of 5 stars for this book and for the series in general. I'm just so glad I was able to read it. The books were so readable. They only took me a day or 2 to finish each of them. So if you want a book series you're just gonna get into and roll with, I highly recommend this. It's just so wonderful. So thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.